it seems like it was just yesterday that we started the series, and now suddenly we are in season 5. But before we start today's episode, I would like to thank all of the support that I've got from all you beautiful people, guys. All right. So if you don't know, I actually started making YouTube content on last November, and the support, the views, and even the number of new subscribers have been overwhelming to me. So I just want to thank all of you again and hope you will enjoy the rest of the series and any future content in this channel. So now let's just get back into AC Reggiana's rebuild. What is going on, guys? I'm Alvin here, and this is the start of season 5 of AC Reggiana's rebuild. We have signed quite a number of players in the transfer window, so let's meet them, shall we? So guys, our first signing this season is Jose Maria Amo. We actually signed him from Ponferrada on a free. He was actually out of contract, and we signed him on a free this season. And if you look at him, his attribute and all, I know he's only, his current ability is only a Serie B player, but I think he can be a very, very good backup center back for us in this team. All right, when you look at the squad comparison, I know it shows that he's our second best center back in our team right now. But Riccio actually played really, really well last season, for us. And yeah, if you have a look at this, yeah, I know the average rating was not that great, but he was actually quite solid defensively last. So I'm gonna be starting Jose Maria Amo, in this season on the bench, but if Riccio doesn't play well, or Ivan Mesic doesn't do good as well, we are going to have him on our bench coming in as a sub. And if you have a look at this, in our first round of Italian Cup, he actually started the game and he played really, really well. 7.20 average rating. And yeah, it was a good performance and a good debut for this 28 years old center back. So the next signing is going to be Egberto. We signed him on a free as well from AC Milan. All right, so this guy is actually he's basically a punt for the future. If you look at his potential ability, right, he has the ability to be a 5-star, Serie A standard player. All right, so I am training him to play as a advanced forward for now, but obviously I won't be starting him early on, in this season. He's there for the future, and even if you look at him right now, his value is from in the between of 450k to 2 million. So even if it doesn't work well, with us, right, we can always sell him on for a profit. I can guarantee you guys that. But looking at his attribute right now, especially his technical when it comes to his finishing, his first touch, his technique as well, it's actually quite okay, But when you look at the physical and the mental part, right, he's still not ready to be a Serie A player. But obviously, we are gonna keep him in our first team. But I'm gonna keep him available for the under 20 under 20 team. So yeah, I hope that in the background, he will be, improving. He will be a Serie A player in the future. He could maybe one day be a replacement to Candelone, as our striker up front. All right, so a new attacking midfielder. One of the players that we actually spent some transfer fee on this season, which is a new thing for us, to be honest, guys. We don't really spend a lot of transfer budget, transfer fee on players. As you guys know, we always sign, players on loan or on free as well. So Matteo Della Morte, we actually signed him from Vallecano for 88k fee. So it is actually a very, very small fee if you look at him. And I am training him to play as a shadow striker, and he is our replacement for Eric Lellini. As you guys know, those of you that has been watching this series from from episode 1, right, you guys knew that Eric Lellini was one of our best attacking midfielder in the club, but he was getting older. He was already 32 years old, and when his contract ended, I did not renew the contract, and he left us on a free. So he is going to be a replacement for him, and he will be competing with Cortinovis. Let's just compare him to Cortinovis and see how do they differentiate with each other. If you look at the polygon, right, they are actually quite similar. If you say, Cortinovis is slightly better than him, and Matteo Della Morte is actually slightly better than him in terms of the attacking and the defending, part of the polygon. All right, and Matteo actually started, in the game of our Italian Cup first round, right? And he played quite well. He actually managed to score a goal in his debut. I know we was playing it, with a team that was in Series C, but he did manage to get a good debut, and yeah, he scored a goal, 7.70 average rating, and he's only 26 years old. We are paying him 575k for 3 years, and yeah, he has the potential to be a CDR player, and hopefully he will be just that. And when you look at his attribute, his pros, right, he enjoys big matches, he's consistent, and hopefully he will show that in field, for us this season. All right, guys. So a familiar face from our season 1 of this series, Jacopo Pellegrini. If you guys remember, right, in our first season as the manager of AC Reggiana, Pellegrini and Capone was actually our strikers up front, and he played really well for us during that time. During in CDC, he scored 27 goals in that season, and he left us because we could not sign him on a free. We couldn't afford his wages. He has been playing, in Ligue 1, and he did not had a good spell there. But I'm only signing him not to be as our striker, but as our first choice striker. He's going to be a backup to Esposito. All right. So when you look at his attribute, right, I know he doesn't look that great. He is quite a below average striker, but with the amount of wages that we can afford, with the amount of wages that we had, I think it is quite a good signing. And hopefully, when he comes off from the bench, with his good physical, not really that good, average physical, he might be able to score 1 or 2 goals for us off the bench. All right, guys. So Christian Delgado, he was actually on loan with us last season, and he played okay for us last season. In the absence of Filippo Nardi and Jacopo De Riva when they was actually injured. As you guys remember, Jacopo De Riva was actually out for about 7 months last season, and Delgado on his absence actually played quite well. During that time, and I actually signed him on a free, and we paid 325k to make his loan deal permanent. All right, we signed him from Dusseldorf, from a German club in Bundesliga 2. And yeah, I really hope he's not going to be a starter for us, obviously. But having him on the bench, right, I think coming off for Jacopo De Riva as our deep lying playmaker, you know, I think he's going to be quite good. The only thing I'm worried about is physical, and I'm not sure what is happening with his growth. Everything is showing on the downward. I'm not sure what is happening there. All right, so I'm just worried about his physical. I don't think I'll be starting him because of his stamina, his pace and all of that. But when you look at his attribute, for a deep lying playmaker, right, he is quite a good deep lying playmaker, to have on the bench for us this season. All right, so what do you guys think of Delgado? Did I did a mistake of signing him, paying 300k for him, or do you think that he might be able to realize his potential and be a decent Serie A player? I know his physical doesn't look that great, but what do you guys think? Do let me know in the comments. All right, guys, so we finally have a new right back. We signed Dimitri. I'm not gonna even attempt to pronounce his last name. We signed Dimitri on a free, guys. He was actually playing for Brighton last season in Premier League. And I know, he didn't had a good spell with them in the Premier League, but in that 4 appearances that he had for Brighton, right, he had 2 assists and 7.07 average rating. So for me, that is quite a good performance. And I know, he's 33 years old, but we have only signed him on a 1 year deal, guys. We have only signed him on a 1 year deal because I was not being able. I really struggle of finding a first choice right back for us in this season. All right. I actually made an offer to a lot of players, but they were just not interested in signing with us. There was a lot of rejection, and we found him. He was available on a free. His salary is not that much as well. We are only paying him about 200k per annum. For 1 year deal, and he's very consistent. He loves big matches, and who knows, that he might be able to, solve a little bit of our right back problem this season. And if he doesn't play well, obviously you guys know, we do have Pierre Rossi on the bench who played quite well for us last season as well. So, if he doesn't play well, if he doesn't work out, we can always play Pierre Rossi as our first choice right back, and just demote Dimitri to our bench. All right. So I don't think it's going to be any problem there. All right. So we have finally got a new midfielder in our club, Branko Wonder Boomen. All right. So I will be playing him as a box to box midfielder in our team, and he's going to be a first choice midfielder. Any of you guys that remember Jorgensen last season, He was on loan with us. He played really well for us in the second half of the season. But he actually rejected, to actually sign with us. I actually agreed to pay that 2.3 million for him, but yeah, he just rejected the contract, and yeah, he's not going to be joining us. So I had to find someone else that is a little bit, that is almost the same caliber as Jorgensen, and yeah, I found Branko Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman. Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Branko. We actually signed on a free. He was actually playing in the Dutch league, for Feyenoord. So I think, yeah, he do have what a lot of experience, playing in higher leagues, in League One, especially in League in the Dutch league as well. So he was also a product. He was actually a product or youth product of Ajax. So yeah, he looks really good. If you have a look at him, if you look at his attribute lah, okay, box to box midfielder, he looks really good. He love big matches. He's consistent. These are the type of players that we do need in our team. All right, he is easily our second best midfielder, in the club right now. Behind Brescianini. Obviously, Brescianini, as you guys know, he's our best midfielder in the club. And when you look at his attribute, especially the mental part as well, physical is lacking a little bit, and I'm a little bit worried, playing him as a box to box midfielder with that kind of stamina, with the pace and all. But let's see if it doesn't work for him to play as a box to box midfielder, then I will change him to play as a central midfielder. So guys, after those transfers done, right, this is how our first team 11 looks like right now. This is actually, let me just change it to best 11. Yeah, so this is actually our best 11 right now. All right, so Cardinelli, obviously, he's going to be, playing as our goalkeeper this season. Last season, he was okay for us, and let's see if this season he will do the same as well. If he can do the same, if he can perform well, I think there's not going to be any reason for us to change unless if we get a substantial amount of transfer budget that we can actually spend to buy a proper, a Serie A, a proper Serie A, goalkeeper. All right. Other than that, I think Cardinelli should be able to do the job. Okay, Triple Delhi obviously will be starting as our left back, and his replacement and his backup will be Owen Beck. All right. I did not manage to sell him off this season, and there was no one else for me to sign this season as well. All right, and Corbo and Riccio will be starting as our centre backs, and Dimitri will be our right back, for our first game of this season against Lazio of all team, guys. It is going to be a huge test for us, and hopefully we will win against them. All right, so Deriva will be starting as our defensive midfielder. He's quite good actually. If you have a look at him, as a deep lying playmaker on defense, right? Apart from his tackling, right, I think he can actually do a good job for us, and he has been doing a good job for us, since the day he started for us. I know last season he did not play well, but he had a problem with injury. He was injured. He was out injured, for 7 months, guys. So, I can't really judge him on his performance last season because he was never fully fit in the whole season. So hopefully this season he is fully fit right now, and hopefully this season he will perform better for us. Or else in the next transfer window, maybe in the January, if we have any budget left, or maybe in the next season we will have to find a new defensive midfielder. Brescianini obviously will be our Mazzala on attack. Last season, if you have a look at this, in the second half of the season, he played really, really well for us. 10 goal contribution in Serie A, in the first season of Serie A, 10 goal contribution from a midfielder is actually really, really good. He's on a 7.06 average rating. And the only problem part is I can't still remove his release clause. So there was actually quite a lot of interest for him this season, but luckily no one triggered that 3.7. But there was actually a bid from Brighton. Lucky for us, Brighton was actually, they are a championship club. They are not in the Champions League or anything like that. They actually offered about 8 million, to sign Brescianini, but I rejected. All right. So when the moment will be starting as our box to box midfielder, Cortino is our attacking midfielder, Ahad May and Esposito as our striker, as you guys know. All right, guys. So when we look at the squad depth chart here, right, the only thing I'm worried about is our defensive midfielder position here. But if Jacopo De Rui, like I mentioned, if he doesn't perform well this season, if Delgado also have trouble, performing for us this season, next season or maybe in the January transfer window, we will try to loan out someone. loan in someone and get someone who can actually be a better defensive midfielder for us this season. All right. So other than that, I think it should be okay for us. Last season in Serie A, we were favourite for relegation, but we overperformed and we finished in the 14th position. All right. And this season is also the same. All right. I know you guys, I'm talking about all the transfers that I've done and all and everything. I thought maybe you guys might be thinking that we have actually managed to, I don't know, maybe, put ourselves in the 14th position or anything like that. But we are still the favorite for relegation. So I really hope that this season we will be able to conjure up another miracle, overperform again, and play well against all these teams and stay up in Serie A. Because if you look at this, we are second season in Serie A right now, and our finance have already been better since the day we have been in Serie A, right? Our finance have actually been steadily rising. So I can only assume, in the next 2 seasons or anything like that, we will have quite good amount of money, and our board will finally give us some huge transfer budget for us to basically rebuild the whole team with, all right. When you look at the projection of the finances, it is also looking very, very healthy. So I'm really looking forward, for this season, and I really hope that we will be able to stay up this season as well. All right, that is going to be my main objective. And if we can break into top 10, if we can overperform as last season, if we can start the season well as how we played in the second half of last season, I think, you know, breaking into the top 10 might not be that hard as what we think it could be. Alright, guys, so our first game of Serie A will be starting against Lazio. Alright, so Lazio is a team that, the media is predicting to finish in the sixth position. So obviously, they'll be looking to finish in the Champions League or maybe the Europa League position, this season. Alright, and they are a very, very good team. Even if you look at his, their key player, right? Milinkovic Savic. Yeah. All right. Okay. He is a really, really good midfielder. So normally, if I'm not mistaken, he normally plays as an attacking midfielder for Lazio's formation here. Let's have a look. All right. So I can't really see their last known lineup because they have not played with their first team. So normally, if I'm not mistaken, he usually play in the either in the attacking midfielder position or or maybe a striker. If I was their manager, I'll be playing him as a striker. Especially maybe playing him as a complete forward because he is really, really good for a 31 years old. Having this type of attribute is really great. And last season he actually played quite well for them. Oh no, he did not. He did not perform well for them in Serie A. All right, so maybe they are playing him as a midfielder. All right, so yeah, my bad. All right, so this is going to be a very, very tough nut for us to crack because last season we did not win a single game against them. If you have a look at this, all right, so in the first meeting, what against them in Serie A, we lost 2-0 to them. We were knocked out by them in the Italian Cup third round last season, and the final game, in the ending of the season, we managed to get a draw against them. So hopefully, we will be able to get a win against them today, guys. All right, so you guys have actually met with the first team. So I'm not gonna repeat it again. You guys know who's gonna play today. So I'm just gonna submit the team and get into the match. All right, guys. So I know it is the first game of Serie A. You guys must be thinking, we're expecting a win for us to start our season in Serie A, our second season in Serie A. But for me, I would say if we can get a draw against this Lazio team, it's going to be great for us because these are one of the team that are supposed to be fighting for the Champions League position, and we are a team that is favorite for relegation this season. So if we can get a draw, it's going to be huge for us. And yeah, let's just see if we can at least muster up 1 point against Lazio today. So it's going to be a free kick here. Corbo playing it short to Brescianini. Triple Deli on the left hand side, passing it back to Corbo. Now Triple Deli again. Is he going to be passing? I think he's going to pass it back to Corbo. Yeah. Now Brescianini trying to look for a long ball to Esposito. Okay, Dimitri got the rebound. Okay, he has a lot of space. I really thought he was going to put up a cross there. When the moment, Wanden Boomen, he actually got a cross there at Brescianini through the mistake of Lazio's keeper. Have actually scored a goal, but the referee is going to be checking whether it's going to be an offside or what. The goal is awarded, and we have took a lead. We have taken a lead in the first 4 minutes of this game. All right. Oh, the cross from London was actually really, really good. And I'm not sure what the keeper did there. Come on, keeper. It's simple as that. If you go off your line, you really need to make sure that you can get the ball. But a mistake by the goalkeeper, we took the advantage, and Brescianini scored our first goal of this season. All right, it's going to be a throw in for Lazio here. Marusic playing it to Anderson. Now back to Marusic. Sergey to Marusic. Oh my god. Zakagni. Is he offside? I don't think he is offside actually, guys. I really don't think he is offside. Alright, so let's see what the referee thinks here. The goal is awarded and they have equalized immediately. Here, after 13 minutes. And the scoreline is 1-1. Alright, so Marusic, that was a good header by him. Yeah, I think, Pasali was actually offside there, but Zakagni, he was onside, and a mistake from our defenders, because I'm not sure who this was. Dimitri did not mark him well there. Alright, another free kick here for us. Riccio playing it to Wonder Woman. Now, the river, it looks like, when I pronounce his name, right, it looks like I'm actually pronouncing it as Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. I'm just gonna call him Woman, Now, Dimitri to Esposito. Esposito, guys, I would like to apologize if you see any types of a cut in the video or anything like that today, because I'm having a little bit of a cold here today. So if you guys realize that I paused the game, right, it is because I'm trying to sneak a sneeze or anything like that. And Gassan have actually has restored our lead back again. While I was telling you guys, I actually missed how we got the goal. Brescianini, okay, he passed it to Corbo, Deriva. Deriva played the long ball, long through ball to Gassan. He got loosed. He loosed his marker and he scored an amazing goal. A first time volley. It hits the inside of the post and went in. Now, Wonder Woman. Oh my god. Who was that? Whose header was that? I didn't realize. Now, Riccio to Deriva. Corbo. Corbo now to Tripal Delhi. On the left hand side, what is he going to do? He got blocked by by the attacker there, and he played it back to Corbo. Now Brescianini playing it to Corbo again. Corbo to Cortinovis. Cortinovis playing it all the way back to Riccio. Deriva. I think I know what we are doing here. We are playing back to our defenders because we are trying to create some sort of pockets of space. And yeah, that was a good cross. And unfortunately, the keeper finally he know that he can actually use his hand to catch the ball. I'm actually referring to the first goal of Brescianini. Alright, Dimitri could not win the header. And now Pasalic is through one-on-one with the keeper. Oh my god, Riccio! That was a great clearance. Good save by him. And we have not conceded there. Alright, it's going to be a throw in here. Tripal Delhi playing it to Gassan. Gassan to Tripal Delhi. Deriva. Deriva to Corbo. Corbo taking his time, passing it to Brescianini. Brescianini back to Deriva. Deriva to Wonder Woman. Alright, now Riccio. Riccio to Deriva. Riccio again to Corbo. Corbo. Deriva. Now, I'm not sure what are we doing here. We are just, passing it in the triangle of the defense between the defensive midfielder as well. And Esposito has gave us another, he have actually extended our lead. I'm not sure what am I talking here. It is because of the cold medicine, guy. Please bear with me. All right. It was actually getting a little bit boring when they were actually passing it around, all the three of them. But Brescianini got a very, very good through ball there. Esposito, good finish by him. And both of our strikers have scored against Lazio here today. This is going to be, if we can actually win against them here, right? It's going to be the best start that we can actually have in Serie A. Alright, guys. So the first half is going to end 3-1. We have actually been creating a lot of chances. We are even controlling the possession in this game with an XG of 1.47. I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to tell the team that I'm really happy with how they are playing. I know there's a little bit, worry of complacency, but yeah, they played well. They do deserve the praise that came. And even Dimitri is actually playing well in this game. 7.4 average rating. He is defending quite well today, Alright, so yeah, basically if you have a look at this, if you look at the average rating, most of the team is actually playing well today. The average rating is 7.0 and above. And Brescianini with an 8.1 average rating. 1 goal and 1 assist for him in this game. And now Pellegrini for Lazio on the left hand side. Can he get a cross in? He tried to look for a cross there, blocked by Dimitri, and now we have a chance to hit them on a counter attack. Esposito, what is he going to do? He's on the right hand side, but there's no one in the penalty box. He got past the marker, and that was not a good shot. Seriously. And I'm not sure why our attacking midfielder, I'm not sure why Cortinovis and Gassan actually stopped running there just now. They should have just, get into the ball, get into the penalty box and just wait for a pass from Esposito there. That was not a good attacking play by us. And now Anderson have actually scored their second goal, and they have reduced the goal to 1 goal. They have reduced our lead to 1 goal. All right, that was actually a very, very good pass by Pasalic, and I'm not sure what Triple Delhi was doing there. Not good. Seriously, that was not good. Not good defending at all by him. And now we have a free kick here. Wanden Booman is going to be taking that free kick. What is he going to do? He tried from all the way there, but it was actually quite close. That would have been an amazing goal, right? If we can actually score from there. Alright guys, so I'm going to make a few subs here. Triple Delhi is on a 6.5. I'm going to take him off for... should I take him off for Ivan Mezic? Can Ivan Mezic actually play as a wingback? He can actually play as a fullback actually, Wingback on defense, right? He's not really good in terms of his crossing and his dribbling as well. And he's not that fast. Should I be playing him? You know what? Let's just play him as our wingback here. Because Owen back, bring him on against Lazio. I think that's going to be suicide. Cortinovis is on a 6.8 as well. Didn't play well. I'm going to bring in Matteo Della Morte. Alright, so only the 2 subs. And let's just play and see if we can hold on to our narrow lead here and get the deserved 3 points against Lazio here today. Even if you look at the match stat, even right now, right, we are creating more chances. We are controlling the possession. And I really hope Lazio is not going to score here. Oh my god, that was a great header goal line clearance by Dimitri there. Oh my god. Any of you guys that might be, judging me for signing Dimitri there, right? He showed his word there just now. Riccio is tired, so I'm going to bring in Amo for him. And let's see who we should be bringing in more, you know what? Yeah, only the 3 sub. All the other players, they are actually playing well. They are not tired or anything that I have to sub them off, right? Della Morte here with a free kick. Corbo! Oh my god, the free kick actually went to Gassan. Gassan, I think I'm not sure whether it was a header towards the goal or was he really trying to assist to Corbo? But Corbo got the header and he has scored his first goal of this season and our 4th goal in this game. Why were they telling that Corbo might be offside in that situation? Because Gassan was the first guy to actually touch that ball, right? He headed it towards Corbo, so I'm not sure why they were actually trying to check for offside there. Seriously, VAR, right? Even in real life, VAR gives us problem. All right, so it looks like we are gonna win the 3 points here today. Dimitri, my goodness, look at him. Although he's a right back, right? But look at him. He is really, supporting the centre backs, bro. This is what I love to see, in a right back. And Booman. Oh my god. Wanden Booman almost scored his first goal for us, but the header was just too easy for the keeper to collect there. And come on, just end the game, guys. We already know that we are going to win here. Zakagni. Dimitri, don't get sent off here. Don't get sent off in a first game in a life. What? I was just bigging him up and he just got sent off with a straight red card there. You know what? I'm not going to make any changes here because there's another, basically the game is over and we are leading by 2 goals. So I'm not really worried of us, conceding 2 goals. So yeah, Cardinali is taking his time. Good, time wasting, playing it long. Come on, ref, just blow off the full-time whistles. What are you doing? Oh my god, Lazio actually have Nuno Tavares in their team. Did they manage to sign him from PSG or is he in for a loan deal? Alright, so we have won our first game against Lazio here. My goodness, this is seriously the best start that I can actually ask for, from our team. All right. So with that win, we are sitting in the second place, and I really hope, who knows, right? In the end of the season, we might be sitting in the second place as well. A man can just dream, right? So who knows? Who knows? Alright, guys. So if you have enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.